Okay, yeah. Thank you, Chisholm. So yeah, for today and tomorrow, we'll basically be discussing how the internet works, how the browser works, introduction to code editors. Then we'll do basic HTML. That's all we're going to do for today. So for tomorrow, we'll do semantic HTML and forms. Then that's for this week. They will make a lot of practice on that. Then by next week, Isiak will come on and take you guys on everything you need to know on CXS. Then the third week, fourth week, and fifth week, I will take JavaScript. Actually, it's not 3-4 weeks is not enough. Hello, yeah. Okay. So 3-4 weeks is not enough for like us to go in depth in JavaScript, yeah, because JavaScript for web development is very key. Yeah, is the foundation. Once you know JavaScript, like the one of the advantage I have now on frameworks, like most frameworks that usually come out both on the front end and back end is the fact that I understand JavaScript very well. So if you understand JavaScript very well, reading codes will be pretty much easy for you. Yeah, even if you are not there when the person like wrote the code, yeah, so it will be pretty much easy for you to know how to like go about with the code base. There are some times that my boss will just like, okay, yeah, Malik, come and look at this code base, yeah, and within 20-30 minutes I've been like able to like figure out where the functions is coming from, where this is coming from, where this is like basically what I'm trying to say is that it's going to help you in writing your code, and it's going to like help you in debugging also, because debugging is one of the things that, like this morning now when I came to the office, my colleague was like telling me that, okay, there's something that is not working on one of the apps they are developing, and I'm like, okay, so no big deal, let me take a look at it. So when I went through the code, I was able to like discover that there's two API that I was calling. Don't worry, you get to know what APIs are. APIs that I'm calling. So now the first one is working, but the second one is throwing error. So immediately it gets to the second one, it enters there is an error block code that we catch errors also. So it's going there. So that's why it's making the first one to display on the browser. So when I got to the code base, I was able to like discover that, okay, this is what is causing it. Yeah. So that's because I'm able to like read that code. So if we understand the JavaScript very well, we will you have less problem. So on the 6th week, I'm still going to talk to Oni to like give us that the 6th week. We're not going to do much on the front-end framework, but at least let us have an overview with it. And then this is a community, yeah. And when we're in a community, you don't want to like want to be listening alone. I can see a lot of people have been like making comments on the Slack channel. Yeah, it's very okay. You don't just sit behind. Yeah, let them notice you. Let them know who you are. Yeah, no question is stupid. It might feel like a question is stupid, but then you will learn from it. A lot of people will learn from it. Yeah. So if on the Slack channel you are just like sitting back, you might be depriving yourself a lot of knowledge. Yeah. So on the Slack, if you have any question, don't message me, don't send me a message on the DM. The reason is that if I should answer you, other people might not learn from it. Yes. So if you want to send a question, just send it on the Slack group and tag me. So you call my attention to it. You can call Isiaka's attention to it also, or maybe the coordinators also. They will like tell me, so that by the time we are able to like solve that problem, anybody that is coming in will also learn from the question here. So that is all that we have for that. So I'm sorry I'm like talking a lot. It's because of the introduction. We will get to like punch a lot of keys. So if I may ask, hope we all have laptops. We don't want to be a software developer without laptops. No, you can omit your mic if you want to talk.
Yeah, I think we all have, because our last what would I call this now? The last person that took us told us to like get our laptop ready for this week. So
exactly. So that it's going to like
Sorry, we don't all have laptops, please. Victoria, we don't all have.
Okay, no, I was just saying that, the last person that took us, she said we should like get a laptop and all that. So I just thought that maybe all of us will have, try and get.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You get.
Who is the person that Who's the person that said she's not having one?
Happiness. I don't
Okay,
have a laptop.
Happiness. Only should do something about that. Only, please promise her a laptop.
I'm
Okay, yeah.
in the process of
Also don't have a
You
laptop. Oh.
but seriously, you will need one. Yeah. I know this might be somehow introductory, but there's no how you'll be a developer without a laptop. It's going to be very difficult. You can, yeah, you will see applications on maybe iOS or Android apps or Android Play Store that will tell you that you can code with a phone. Yeah, you can actually do it, but then it will be very taxing. Yeah, so you need a laptop.
Yeah, I'm in the process of getting one.
Of getting one there. Yeah, that's great. That's lovely. All right, try and get one. So don't worry, the community is here to stay. In the next 5-10 years, we are still here because we are going to grow together as a community. So get the laptop, we are still all together here. Let's start with how the internet works. So basically, a lot of people don't really like talk much about it, and we're not really going to talk much about it. Just like an overview. Yeah. So internet also is more of like bunch of computers, yeah, connected together via maybe wired or wireless. Take for instance, we have a satellite up there in space. We have heavy big servers somewhere in Europe, in Africa, in Asia, connected wiredly or wirelessly, and just like communicating together, sending data. So basically, that's what internet is. We are just like sending data around. So yeah, if I have a two system with me now and I connect them together, let's say one upstairs and one downstairs, and I'm able to like send data between the two computers. Basically, I've created an internet. Yeah. So now, so what the satellites do for us is just to like facilitate the connection between two laptops that are not like together. I can't start saying I want to start running wire from here to Europe. Like there are fiber optics that pass the oceans and to other parts of the world. Yeah. But then there are some places that wires can't get through. So yeah, so that's where the issue of satellites will have to like come in. Yeah, so basically that's what the internet is. So yeah, so the three basic parts of the internet, we have the first one is we have the last mile. So what it means is just that how we get to like share the internet between close proximity between my system and my phone, between the nearest BTS store close to me, yeah, that sends signals to my phone, to my laptops, and things like that. Then we have data centers where we have a lot of servers where data are being kept. So yeah, then for the backbone are just more of like laying of cables. Yeah, because for instance now we have Elon Musk's data, what's it called? The wireless data, this thing coming to Africa. So I think the cable we have passed through ocean. I think we have that of Glo also. Yeah, so we have a lot of backbone cables that pass through ocean. So it's basically just the way we transfer data. So that's just how the internet works. Then for the browsers, yeah, I forgot to mention. So HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So JavaScript basically was a language created to run on browser, but of recently it has evolved. You can now use JavaScript on server side. You can now use JavaScript to do IoT. You can now use JavaScript to do robotics. I heard they are using it for data analysis also, but I've not really checked that because I think Python is the most powerful language for data analysis. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that most time that you want to run JavaScript, it's probably going to be inside the browser, and HTML and CSS also. So we'll get to that in details. So the browser now have like if you're on the internet now, you want to browse, you basically need a browser. So the browser has a lot of features. Yeah. So let's start with the user interface. So when you say user interface, is basically what you are seeing. Yeah. So if you open this is a project I'm working on at work. So this is a user interface. This is basically what you're going to be like interacting with, and then buttons, taskbar, you click, you view, you copy. So basically you're going to be doing that with browser. So the browser now has an engine. Yeah. So what this engine does is it foster the UI and the rendering machine. We have a rendering machine in the browser also, and it brings them together to be able to help us display it on the screen. So if I write an HTML code and a CSS code now, so the rendering engine now and the browser engine got to work together to help display the image or the text on the screen. Then we have the render engine also. So what this render engine does is that you've written your HTML, you've written your CSS, and you've written your JavaScript. So it brings them together, it passes them together, bundles them together. Yeah. So that's what the rendering engine does. So networking is basically HTTP request. So when we get to JavaScript, you get to like understand that better. A way that, okay, take for instance now you want to pay for an item on Jumia. After filling in your card details and you click okay, pay so amount. So now immediately you click that button, there is something that is happening behind the hood. Yeah, it makes a request to a server somewhere, pick that your card number. Yeah, and okay, go maybe like send an API request to your bank. Is this person having money inside that account? Yes. Okay, how much is the person having? Is the total amount the person having is greater than the amount the person wants to pay? Because you can't have 500 naira in your account and you want to pay for a product of 10,000 naira. So like things like that, you have a successful response or a pending or a failed response, things like that. So when we get to JavaScript, we get to understand that more. Then we have JavaScript interpreter. So basically JavaScript interpreter is it interprets the JavaScript that we write so that the browser can be able to like understand it. So with time we get to like know that also. Then on the browser we have data storage where you can store your data. Yeah. So take for instance now we have local storage. Can we all see my screen? So take for instance now let me inspect this. Go to network application. So this is an example of a local storage where data are being stored on the browser. You have session storage also. You have IndexedDB. All these are being stored on the browser. So if you're on system now and you kind of like inspect the browser, the page you are. Okay, let me inspect this. Let me see if we have anything stored. Okay, so Google Meet now is storing these data on my browser. If I should log out this meeting now, probably it's going to like exit this. So these are things that are being stored. So it's probably watching my camera. If I should on my camera now, okay, that's even gotten the name of my camera also. So HP Wide Vision. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So hope it's not too boring. Don't worry, we'll get to where we'll punch the kids. Let's just get over with this. So yeah, so the browser is storing this. So these are all storage. So this is all returning null. So when
So you are breaking, or is it only me?
No, you're not the only one. I'm experiencing it too.
Yeah, you are breaking, Malik.
can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a bit
Okay.
better.
Okay, that should be my network. So that's about data storage on the browser. So when we get to JavaScript, all these will really make sense. Yeah, because they are basically they has to do with JavaScript. So let's go with introduction to code editors. So if you want to like write code, because writing code, computers don't understand what Malik is or what Web3 is. Basically, computers understand 1 and 0s, yeah, bits. So you need something to like translate what you are writing to what computer can understand. Yeah. So what these code editors do is like bring everything that we've written together, bundle it, then they send it to the browser. So the browser now has an interpreter that will also interpret it to what the browser will understand, like what I explained earlier. So we have a lot of code editors. We have the likes of VS Code, Atom, Sublime Text, Notepad, Vim. There are a lot. I think we have about 20 to 25 that you can use. It depends on what you want, but the most popular one is VS Code. Yeah, we have the free version and the paid version, and basically with the free version, you don't really need to pay for the paid one, because everything you basically need, the free one is going to give you. So I don't know, did you guys get the link to download the VS Code?
No.
No. Okay, so let me bring that out. I will send it on the
Oh, this we got it.
you saw it, right? So I will.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that.
Okay. No big deal. Let me just drop it here.
All right. All right.
So we have just 10 minutes to download it and quickly install it. It's a very light software. Click on it. If you're using iOS, Windows, or Linux, if there's anybody using Linux.
We don't even know what that is.
Okay, you don't know Linux. Okay, Windows these are operating system. Yeah, so Windows is an operating system. I think virtually everybody should know what Windows is. Then for Mac, that's Apple. That's Mac OS. Then Linux also is an operating system, but it's an open source. Okay, I will send it to you. All right. So Linux is an is an operating system also, but it's open source. So what open source basically means is that it's not owned, and it's free, and it's being developed by someone like you and I. So yeah, I can just go to their GitHub repository. Don't worry, as we go on, you understand what GitHub is. So that's where the project is being kept. I can like work on it. Okay, maybe there is a bug in their operating system. I'm like, okay, I want to like work on it. Also, they will allow me to do it. So basically, that's what open source is. It's not owned by anybody. It just, even the licensing is free. Yeah, so I can work on it. You can work on it. Anybody can work on it. So we have Linux. It's more of like terminal usage. You don't, the way I'm clicking around icons like this, mostly you use terminal when using Linux. So it's more of like for every programmers. But then that's just it. So are we downloading it? So if your system is
Yes.
64 bits, you can click 64 bits. If it is 32 bits, you can. If you don't know how to check that, you can go to my PC. Yeah, just right click.
Hello, Malik, please,
Then
I have a
properties.
question. If we have it installed on our systems already, but from a different source, are we good to go? I downloaded mine from Getting
Yeah,
Things.
good. Yes. If it's on your PC already, you don't need to install it again.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So when we are done, okay, just 10 minutes. This is 5:29. So by 5:39 we should be done. So it's going to look like something like this. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So if anybody having any issue, if you're having any issue, you can just send it on the group chat or just mute your mic. Elizabeth, unmute your mic and speak. Elizabeth, if you want to say something, just unmute your mic and speak.
Hello, sorry, I had already spoken, please. I forgot to drop my hand.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, Rachel, you can speak. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Could you please go over how to check which bit my my PC is? I did not get that. Thank
Just click on the file explorer here on your system. It's going to bring this folder. So any of the folder, just on your PC, click on your PC, then right click, then properties. So it's going to show you this. Then you can see my system is 64 bits. So if yours is 32 bits, you can go with 32 bits. Are you okay with that?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Thank you.
Okay.
What's going on? I can't hear anything again.
Yeah, we are still here. We are trying to install VS Code.
Okay.
Have you finished installing?
Sorry, the site is not
Okay,
loading
yes,
on my
already.
laptop.
Is what?
Sorry, I have it already.
Okay, that's fine.
You should open it, right?
Yeah,
The
you
site
can
is not
open
loading
it.
on my laptop.
That should be your network. Try refreshing it. Yeah, we are still here. We are trying to like install the VS Code. We are with you.
So it brought something for me. Said this user installer is not meant to be run as administrator or something.
Can you just copy that error message and
What?
the error message you say you are getting?
Okay, I will screenshot it.
We have 5 minutes more. Yeah, after we are still here. We are just trying to install VS Code. So So please, if you've installed yours, just put on the chat that you've installed it so that I will know that people have started installing. I think it's light. It's not that heavy. Yeah, it's just 75 MB. It's not that heavy. Yeah, Deborah, VS Code. Are you just joining in? Okay, VS Code. VS Code is the code editor we are going to be using to write our codes. So let me. So Debbie, just click on that link and download it. Please, we have 3 more minutes.
Sure.
Okay, God. This is not even allowed.
Is it installing or we are still downloading?
Installing.
Where's again is done. Okay, Upstart is done. Olabisi is done. So we have 2 more minutes. Victoria, are you still having issue?
Mine is still downloading.
I
Please.
just show you I sent on this error that I brought. It's not more of a error. I can press OK and continue, something like that. But I sent it to this. So
Okay.
is my mic on?
Yeah, your mic is on. I'm not seeing it.
I sent it to Web2 track. You didn't see it?
No.
Not
Please send it
you. I sent it to on Slack.
Okay, on Slack.
I can't send picture here.
The user installer is not meant to be run as administrator. If you would like to install VS Code for all user on the system, download the system installer. Are you sure you want to continue? Just click OK. That should be fine.
Okay.
So I think the reason why it's asking this is because you don't have to be an administrator to run VS Code on your system. Anybody can just run it.
Okay.
Yeah. So just double click. You don't need to use installer admin privilege. Okay. I think we're having. Yeah. So the time is up, but let's just 1 last minute so that we'll continue.
Oh shit.
Please, can you extend it a bit? Because mine is like 40 MB.
So you still have 35 MB left. I don't know. Maybe this is a recorded video, yeah. So you can probably watch it later because of time. So able to finish on time, because what we are going to be doing is basically HTML tags yeah, we can all come back to this. Maybe I can't see the link. Okay, let me paste it again. Deborah, that's the link. We can download from there, so that we won't waste our time on this. I forgot. I would have like told you guys to download it since yesterday, so that we can continue. But I would have loved everybody. But today, for at least for today, so by tomorrow, we'll all have it.
Hello.
Very well.
Yeah, I can. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to ask that when downloading it, is it the one called user installer or system installer?
It's the same. It's use user installer. Because one of them is zip, one of them is just give you executable file.
Okay.
You can just use anyway. Yeah. Oh, mine is downloading again. I have it already.
Oh, this thing is blank.
What's blank?
Just dark for me. I don't know.
The VS.
I click launch, finish, and it's just blank.
Yeah, wait, let me show you. Are you seeing something like this? This is a project. Can you share your screen?
All right. Just I don't even know what I done.
Yeah. Yes. Let me see what you mean by blank. It might be the first page that you see when you install it.
Okay. Wonderful.
It's not coming up.
Yes, because I'm just trying to.
Okay, you can send a screenshot. Send a screenshot. Let me see. So I believe we've all downloaded it, right, and installed.
No, mine is almost downloaded. So, but since you said you have not it now.
Yeah. No, I'll actually go through the element. We'll always go through it together again.
Mine is almost downloaded too. Malik.
So this is a recorded yeah, I just feel it's okay when we code along together. But then, even though we are not able to like code along together today, we still have tomorrow. So you guys should not worry about that. So let's move on because of time. So these are the we are going to be talking about. We have a lot of HTML. Okay. Firstly, you might with tag, so they mean the same thing. If I say HTML element, I'm also referring to HTML tag. Yeah. So somebody should just tell me a favorite site, just any site.
Instagram.
YouTube.
Instagram.
I want to finish my data.
Twitter.
Instagram. Yeah, this is my Instagram page. Yeah, it's boring. Don't mind that. Don't mind me. Okay, yeah. I inspect this page now. Like if I want to know what's happening on this page now, I can just click inspect and right click on this page, then inspect. this element. So basically, everything that is happening on this page is what we have here. Yeah, this is the header. You'll get to know
Hello,
what.
Malik.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, please. While mine was downloading, it's saying I should select additional task.
Additional task. Then after that, is it a checkbox?
Yes, there are checkbox of create a desktop icon, add open with code, action to Windows, register code as an editor, add to path.
Okay, click everything, check everything. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, check everything and next it, because you are going to need some of those things.
All right, I've done
All
that.
right, thank you. Yeah. So this is the header. I will explain what that does. These are scripts. I will explain what that does also. So I just want to come to the body and see. Okay. So in this body now, so everything that is inside this web page now, is basically what I'm showing you. A web page. You see things like this. So by the time you start writing your own code, these are things that you are going to see. So if I want to like inspect this particular image now, if I click on the image, click inspect, this is where the image is coming from. Yeah. So this also, you can inspect anything on your browser. So this now, if I want to like get the source code of this, though it might not work the way I want it, if I view source code, that page you are seeing now, this is everything that is happening there. JavaScript coupled with Bootstrap, HTML, CSS, and all. Yeah, so that's what is happening there. So if you go to any web page and you right click, you will see what the page, the HTML elements the page is made of. Yeah, you can see everything there. So you can just play around with any website of your choice and you see a lot of things. So let's get back to so basically a web page is made up of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Yeah, but for some sites you will see PHP also. PHP also is a web application language also. They use it for browser applications also. But most of the time you always see HTML, CSS, and JavaScript here. So at this point, if we've all downloaded our VS Code, we can go to our browser like this and create a folder. So basically, that's where we are going to be keeping our projects. A new folder. Then we can open the folder. So inside that folder, we can create another folder so that we can name it HTML. Have that of CSS also, then that of JavaScript. But for now, let's just go with HTML. So if you've installed your VS Code, you can right click on this folder. It will tell you to open with VS Code. I think somebody just asked that the installer was asking if she should click one those checkboxes. I think this part of what is asking. So you can open with VS Code like this. So it's going to automatically launch your VS Code, and you can also open your VS Code via terminal. I think I will talk about that maybe later when we get to JavaScript. Not so. Okay, I will. Thank you. But if you then another way you can open your VS Code is by clicking the shortcut. We have a shortcut. Okay, I don't have mine because I don't usually use it. But if you check your desktop, you see a VS Code shortcut there, so you can always click it. Or you come to your search bar here and type VS Code. You also see it here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can also Okay, you can also click it from here. It's going to launch your VS Code for you. So I think this was somebody was saying the other time, that the page is blank. If it is something like this, yeah, this is how it is. So me, I'm using, there is a particular theme I'm using, that's why it's in dark mode like this. I think it's going to be white or something. So let me close this. So if you open this via this folder, you should be inside the folder. You see now the title of the VS Code now is showing HTML. Yeah, but if you open from here, let's say from your, it's not going to carry anything because you've not opened anything. So if I close this now, I close this and I want to open this folder here now, you can just click File, Open Folder. Then it's going to tell me to locate where the folder is. So it's on desktop. I have my Web3 folder. Then I open it, then I click the HTML, then I select. So it's going to like open that folder for me. So yeah, so now see now I'm inside the folder. There's a way you can do it from the terminal. Yeah, I'm with you.
Please, how can I navigate from this? I've installed it, I've done that, I've checked all the boxes, but now this other interface before we enter the main, this one that is showing on my screen right now.
Okay, yeah, you can click here, search. There's a search by the lower. Which system are you using? Are you using Windows?
Yes, I'm using Windows.
Okay, click this, type here to search, then type VS Code.
I already have the interface. I just installed it. I'm saying the next step, we have to set up. Is it to set up the what? I'm saying edit, get started with VS Code. I think it's basic settings.
Okay, yeah, that's that. No. Don't worry about that. Is this page. It's because I've been using mine for a while now. That's why I'm not seeing that.
Okay, so I should not click one.
No, you don't need it. Just that means your VS Code is working. So you can just create a folder the way I explained like this.
Okay.
You get that? Yeah. So that's the working folder that you'll be using. So we'll be working from there.
For me, Malik, mine is at the get started.
Okay, get started. Don't worry. That's because you guys are using it for the first time.
Yeah, same here. That the get started.
Yes, okay. Don't worry about that. The get started you won't need it. You actually.
So how can we leave here?
Don't worry. Okay, look at the top bar. You will see a cancel where you can just exit it.
Yeah, so we shouldn't check all those boxes for sync to and fro other devices, one shortcut to access and all that. We should leave all that, right?
No, you said you've installed it.
I've installed it and now it's on get started with VS Code, and under it you have things like choose the look you want, browse color themes. Then you have some circle boxes that says sync to and fro other devices that you can check on or uncheck.
No.
One shortcut to access.
No, you don't need that. You don't need that.
So we just cancel it.
Don't wait. Send me a screenshot.
Okay.
Can you send it? Yes. Send it.
Yes, I'll do that now.
Yeah. Send it to the Slack.
The Slack.
Yes.
All right.
Please, when you are done, let me know. So so when you are here, we are inside this HTML folder. Yeah. So now we can start creating our file. But before then, let's discuss what HTML is. So basically, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So it means that everything that we are seeing concerning text, button, basically everything that we are seeing on the web page, it's done by HTML. Yeah. So those elements now, if you now want to style them, that's when CSS comes in. Those elements again, if you want them to be interactive, that's when JavaScript comes in. Yeah. So basically, they say that HTML is the skeleton of the web. So let's start with the doc type. So what is the doc type? Before that, okay, I would have loved to. So here now, let's create a file. We'll create an HTML file before I start explaining that.
Hello, Malik. Please, I have a question.
Okay, go on, please.
Okay, I have done some kind of work on it before. So how do I open another interface on my VS Code? Is it a file now that I should open or what?
No, you can open a folder. So create a folder on your desktop.
Okay, another folder. I'm saying I've been doing some practice using what's it called, Web2 school or something. So I have actually coded some things before now. So as I open my VS Code, that is where I am. So I'm not saying if I now want to open another interface for this particular practice, how do I navigate from my VS Code interface? You understand?
Hello, can anybody hear?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Did you get what I said? Yes, we can hear you. I said create a folder on your desktop like this. You can name it anything you want.
Okay, I should create another folder even though I already had another folder.
Yes. The thing is that folder basically are like containers where you want to be keeping your projects. Yeah. Say for instance now, this one project I'm working on. This is my office project. This I have my own personal project. This is a friend's project. This is another friend's project. So that it's going to look more organized. Yeah. So now if you create a folder, inside that folder again, you can still have another folder depending on how you want to structure your project. So now on this, now you can just right click and open with VS Code, or open direct, clicking from VS Code by file, open folder. Then you open folder, you just click on the folder and select my folder. It's going to open for you.
Okay, thank you.
Hope you all right. So so now there are two ways we can create a new file. Firstly, you can go into the folder here and right click and say, okay, new file. It creates new text file. Yeah, this is a text file. Or we can say we want to create a new file from the VS Code itself. So the best is creating a file from here, because here now, from this folder now, this folder is not showing me extension for HTML. I want to write HTML, but then I can create a file here and start editing editing the extension as HTML. But then it's not advisable. It's better you create all your file from the VS Code, and by the time you come back to come and open it here, you are going to see it here. So basically, if you want to create a file, you use your VS Code. So here now, if you over to this place, you see this icon here that says new file. Then you see this here that says new folder. So there are some projects, because you want to be very organized when you're like creating your files or your folders in your project. There are sometimes that you want to like put all the old HTML together, you want to put all your CSS codes together, and you want to put all your JavaScript codes together, because probably the project, you are not the only person contributing to the project here. So you want to like make it very organized. By the time another person is coming on the project, is going to know what to do. Okay, let me show you guys example. There is a front-end framework called React. Okay, yeah. So you can see the way these folders are structured. This is OSCI. These are node modules. We don't really need them, but they are packages. You don't touch them. They are packages that are running the codes. Then we have public. But most times you write your code inside this SRC. But don't worry about all this. I'm just using it to explain. You can see how organized these folders are. So we have actions, assets. In this asset now, basically where we keep images, icons, and the rest. So we have components. So you'll get to understand this later. So these are pages. we have accounting, antenatal, cafeteria. So these are organized. So if I in a particular page and I'm facing an issue, let's say in front desk, instead of me checking accounting, I know I can't find what I'm looking for in accounting. I'll just come to front desk. So probably what I'm looking for is going to be in one of these files. Instead of checking the whole file, I'll just know that okay, once I check these 5 files, and I will see what I'm looking for there. So it makes your work very, very organized. So so it's better you create your file from VS Code. So as I said earlier, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and for every file we have what we call extensions. Yeah. So shouldn't have closed that. We have what we call extension. So that is this extension that will tell the VS Code that okay, this is the kind of language I'll be working with, or this is the kind of file this particular file is. So you see index.html. So for HTML file, the extension is going to be index.html. So you can name it anything, but by convention, we want to, like, if you are creating any project on HTML, let the home page be index.html as the entry point. But then you can use anything. I can start like use joy.html. It's still going to work. Then we have CSS also. .css. We have .css also. So that's for styling. Then we have JavaScript .js. Yeah. So when we get to JavaScript, you all understand that. So if I want to create a file here now, I will say index.html, then I click enter. So it can be anything. Joy.html, still going to work. Yeah. Web3 ladies.html is going to work fine. Web2 ladies.css is going to work fine. Polygon.jx is going to work fine. Yeah. So extension now will tell the file that okay, is this particular kind of file that we are going to be working on. So that is that about that. Do you have any question?
Yes, and it's like what's the
Sorry, I think I'm quite lost to.
Okay. What's the issue? What don't you understand?
The whole HTML thing. Yeah.
Okay. We've not started writing any code actually. I'm just trying to like explain what the extension is, because if I create a file and it's .css and I try writing HTML in it, it's not going to like recognize it. So HTML .html extension is what is going to tell the file that okay, this file is HTML file. Yeah, that's why I created some examples here. You understand? So we've not done anything. We are just creating the files that we are going to work with. Yeah, this is index.html. So this is web3 ladies.css. If I open this now and I want to start writing HTML in it, you see it's throwing an error compared to if I should come here now and type HTML5. You see, these are two different things. You see, one, HTML is throwing error here because it's not recognizing it because of the extension. And the other one here is HTML is recognizing because it's HTML extension. Did you get that?
Yes.
Please, what's the difference between a file and a folder in this case?
Okay, yeah. A file is this particular one that we are now. That's what you want to like. It's just okay, like a file now is like a paper. Yeah, I can write on a paper, right? Then I can do my calculation on a paper. But a folder is like a container, like a box where I can keep those papers inside. Did you get the logic? I have a box now, and I have a book, a size book, textbook inside. That's a folder, a container where I keep it. Yeah. So now the exercise book I have now, we have paper inside that I can write on. Yeah, with a pen. So that's a file. Did we get that?
Okay, let me just say, okay, maybe perhaps file has to do with, okay, maybe where you have, whether it's index or HTML or the style or the CSS, why the folder has to do with maybe your picture folder or something.
Exactly, where you can keep things you just want them to be organized. Okay, so for instance, let me create a folder here now. I can name it Malik. Yeah, this Malik folder. For now, I don't have anything inside. So if I should open, like, I can create a file inside that Malik and say boss.html. Yeah. So now if I close this folder now, you see, you can't see it again because this the boss HTML is inside the Malik folder. Yeah, but then these other files now are together inside this HTML. So if I go back to my my desktop, can we see this is the Malik folder I created? These are the other files that are created. So if I open this Malik now, I see my box.html. So by default now, the HTML file now, the browser, the system has recognized as an HTML file, and it wants to open with a browser. You can see that this now, the extension for CSS now, you see, it's showing like a paper here. JavaScript is writing JavaScript, but for the HTML now, the system is recognizing it as an HTML file. So by default, the system wants to open it with a browser. So if I double click it now, it's going to open, though, because we don't have anything inside yet. So that's that about that. So let's continue. So now we want to talk about doc type. So if I type, or if you have installed your VS Code and it's working fine, please you can like type along. But you don't want to like get behind. Try as much as possible to listen. This is a recorded video. You can always watch it later at night, tomorrow. So if I type HTML now, HTML5, you see the first thing that we see here is doc type. Yeah, so this doc type now, so what is telling this file basically is that, okay, this file is HTML file and it can be run on the browser. So that's the doc type. So for HTML file, we have two basic parts. We have the head and the body. Yeah, so now the head now has everything to do with the title. You can also see my title bar here at this top.
Yes.
So that's where the title goes. And the body now goes to everything inside the browser. So that's basically the two parts of HTML. Most of the time you have the head part and the body part. So now, this page we are now, I want to open it inside the browser. So there are two ways we can do that. I can click on the file here, right click on it, then open with Live Server. Live Server is an extension I installed that can make me run the code. Immediately I save my code, it's going to like refresh the browser for me without me refreshing the browser myself. So this extension, so that I won't delay, if you look at this side, you see extensions. I will send the list of extensions that I will install later so that we don't drag the class back because we are behind schedule. I will send the list of extensions that we'll all install that will make our work very, very easy for us. So so now that you don't have the live server, so come to this, go to the folder, the index.html, right click on it and open it, or just double click on it. It will open in the browser. Are we together?
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys should try and open it. Double click on it if you've created it. It should open. Oh, people are raising their hands. Sorry. Sorry, I might not be checking the chat often. Please, if you have a question, just unmute your mic and ask. Don't worry. Okay, Joy says she has a flat battery. Okay, I just hope you'll be able to watch the video later. Olabisi, can you see my screen now? So if you have any question to ask, just unmute yourself and speak. Am I not checking the chat? Yes, I might not be checking the chat often. So have we opened that page? We should see something blank like this.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So maybe I will have to close all this so that you can have.
I'm sorry, Malik. Could you go over how you got to this index facts? I'm sorry to take
Okay.
you back.
Okay, yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So you right click on this. There is a new file here, icon here. Right click on it, and it's going to bring out. So you give it a name, Jesse or anything. Jesse dot, because we are working with HTML. So the extension is what is going to. Yeah, then you click enter. Page. Then if you want to open it, that's if you want to see it in File Explorer, that's this like that, because I've not you guys don't have the live server yet. I will where you have the folder, then double. Did you get that?
No, you were breaking a bit. Sorry.
So from your VS Code, can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, create a new
File.
yes. So give it a name. What?
Okay.
Okay, Rachel, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Rachel .html. Then you click enter. So you have a new HTML file. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So now if you want to open it, just where you, yeah, so you see it there. Ideally, you're supposed to open it from the browser here, but then you don't have the extension yet. You don't have the extension yet. I don't want to like waste our time. I will send the names of the extensions everybody's going to install. So by tomorrow, we'll start opening with the extension. Just double click on your name, Rachel. Then it's going to open in the browser. So so now let's go back to our index.html. So now the title now. So if I change this to Web3, oh, let's say Web2. And I save. Now I didn't open it with live server, but let me open with live server so that it's going to be always fast. You can now see that the heading, the title has changed. Can we see it? So if I change it back to, let's say, I control save to save, and I go back to the browser, I see that the heading has changed to polygon. So that's basically what the title does. So it changed the title of that page. Yeah. So by the time you want to like do your portfolio, you might want to like put your name. So I click save. See that it's taking effect here. So basically that's what the title bar. Hello, can
I'm breaking.
I'm still breaking.
It's better now.
Yeah, you're breaking.
Yeah, sorry. It's my network. The network is fine. What about now? Am I is it okay now?
Yeah, it's clear.
Title. So there are still more about title, but then since we are discussing the basics for now, let's just go with this. So let's take on the next element. So we've discussed doc type and we've discussed HTML. Tags and tags or elements, so they are basically the same thing. If I should say HTML tags or HTML elements, they mean the same thing. So I'm referring to the same thing. So the next one is close and self-closing tag. So for every element, we have opening and closing tag, yeah, and some are self-closing tag. So we have opening, closing tags, while others are self-closing tags. So anywhere you see opening and closing tag, you always see an opening tag and a closing tag. Yeah, you open a tag, you put something inside, and you close the tag. Yeah, but self-closing tag, you just have the opening tag, then it's self-closing. Yeah, so that's basically the two type of tags that we have in HTML also. If you want to like, okay, I wrote this statement now, opening and closing tag, but I don't want it to reflect on the browser, so I can comment it out. I'm going to be seeing it on the browser, so we'll get to that. So let me start with the first I think we've discussed header, then the body. This is where our HTML tags are. Then heading tags. So these heading tags, now we have 6 heading tags starting from H1. The first one we are going to be discussing. So if you see, I don't know if you people notice something here. I press this first less than icon, then I write H1, press enter, then I close with the greater than sign. Immediately I close it, you see that the other part auto close itself. We all saw that, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so this is what we call closing tag. So the first one, this upper one, is the opening tag, then this second one is the closing tag. So if I should write my link here now and I click save, we should be able to see this in the browser. Yeah, so now this opening tag, now I now is running it as just a plain text. So what I was discussing the other time, that if I want to comment this out now, I can just press Control / it's going to comment it out for me. Save. You can see this is the tag that you use. A less than, then exclamation icon, double dash, then you come here again, double dash, then greater than. It's going to like close it, but the shortcut is Control / That's what we use mostly. Comment or comment. So this is what we call a single line commenting. So if I have, let's say I have text here, I have another text here, I have another text here. If I Control X now, they should show on the browser. Yeah, you can see it, right? So if I want to comment it out, I can just highlight everything and press Control / You see, so this is multiple line commenting. So this is single line, but this is multiple line. So if I should go back to the browser and after saving, it's no longer there. So that about commenting out. So sometimes you just want to like and one of the ways that you know a good programmer, I'm also guilty of that also. I don't really comment my code. And it's not good when you don't comment your code, because another person that is coming sometimes might not know what you've done. So you want to like say, okay, here is first heading, then you comment it out. It's not going to show. You comment it out. So the next person that will come, once the person does second heading, H2, once the person comes to the code base, like, okay, yeah, this is the first heading, it started from here and it ends here, and this is the second setting and second heading, it starts from here and it ends. So your code will be readable, yeah. But sometimes probably you're the only person working on the project and you're not really commenting, making comments on it. And after a couple of months, you might come back to the project and be like, okay, what did I even do here? You probably be lost. So it's good most time to comment your code. It's always make your code cleaner, and when you come back to the code again, it's easier for you to like refresh your brain on what you've done. So the second one is H2. So now let's see the difference between H1 and H2. We have H1, we have H2 up to H6. So let's see the difference. And we see did we notice anything?
There is hard
Yes, but like the difference between the Malik and the Adam.
the
Yes,
font.
the next one is smaller.
Okay. Yeah. So let's do the third one. Let's see if it's different again.
There's different. It's more smaller.
So it's more smaller. So it seems the lower we go, the smaller it is. H4. This seems to be. Can we see it?
Yes.
Next one is H5. So I copied that code now. You'll get there. Next one too is. So that's how it is. So I'll say, why using H1, H2, where I can just see. Yeah, sometimes that you just want a heading that is very big and smaller one, but then if I can just and give it a style and just make. Why not save yourself from the start? So heading tags, right?
You are breaking.
So heading tag is a tag. So self-closing tags as.
Sorry, the line is breaking.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Today.
Yeah. And tomorrow. So paragraph tag. So basically paragraph, what it's so
You're really breaking.
Your network, you are breaking.
God.
We can't hear you again. I don't know if anyone can hear.
I can't hear anything.
No, he's not speaking.
Yeah, sorry about. I hope it's going to be better by tomorrow because I'll be home by then. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
We can hear you.
Okay. So
Yes.
I'm very sorry about that. So yeah, the next one is paragraph tag. So basically what this does is for us to like we are writing an essay and like okay, maybe after like making a just want to like okay, let me enter a new paragraph. So basically that's what it does. You just of long words and in your browser. So if I should create another now, it's going to break to another so can we all see my screen? So you have one part.
Sorry. What of if I don't want the font to change? Like I don't want it to reduce.
Okay, yeah, you want. It might not necessarily be the you like. You can select anyone. It depends on how big you want. When you get to CSS, you can now discover that okay now we can see here now that was it H6 is smaller than H1, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me now do one abracadabra here now. You can see that the H6 is now bigger than the H1.
Yes.
TXS, but then when you get there, you understand you can make the H6 bigger. So it depends on preferences, yeah. But to make this guy bigger now, I have to like go and change the CSS. But with maybe the first one, be like, okay, this H1 is the for me. Let me just go with it. So I don't have to do that extra work. Yeah. Using the size. You understand? Paragraph. So you can see the second one I created. So if I duplicate this guy, like into the next paragraph. So that's what paragraph does. So you can just like write a lot of things inside. Then if you want to go to the next, and it takes you to the paragraph. It takes you to the next paragraph. Next one is anchor tag. So anchor tag basically is for links. Yeah, okay. Are we after this class? I'm going to share this file with everyone, so we'll have access to it. This is headings. With then next one we have anchor. So basically, the anchor tag is a tag. So I just wanted to show you guys something. Anchor tag, because the VS will just on. So anchor tag ideally are self-closing tag. We don't write anchor tag like this. We write anchor tag like this. Closing. Wait, I'm coming. Let me confirm that. Okay, anchor tags are also double tags. So it's for links. So yeah, if I write three ladies, if I go to my browser, click on this anchor tag. Normally, anchor tag will take in. So this href now is going to be a link. That's what. So most time that you go to a website and you see a particular blue text like this, they are anchor tags. Yeah. So if you click on a button and it takes you to another yeah. So if I should click on this now, it's going to route me to google.com. Yeah. So this website that you put in anchor tags, that's the website is going to like this. Yeah, we call this href now an attribute. It's an attribute of this anchor tag. So anchor tags to be a link to the website you want to go to. So it has another attribute that is called target. So this target now, what it does basically is another page, or because if you notice when I click on this, it's still the same page. Yeah, but sometimes you open some links and it opens another tab for you. That's what this. To save this now and go back. So if I should take me to another. Yeah, so it's working fine now. So if I click this, so some like misbehave sometimes. So if you are writing code and what you are expecting the this is not doing is just try and refresh. So when you refresh, it's more of like so now if I should click on this now, it opens. Yeah, it opens a new page for me. So now it's going to route me to this. So it's appending. It's not opening google.com, but ideally it's going to take you to a new
Really breaking up. We can't hear you at intervals. I don't know if I'm the only one.
Can you hear me now? Okay, let me switch. Okay, please let me just go off to me. Let me switch the network.
I can't hear anything. Or am I the only one here?
He's not here. You're
It's
not there.
network issue.
Okay, I just want to be sure. Thank you.
No, you are not the only one.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
Yes, we
please.
can.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I don't know. MTN network is messed up today. Okay, so yeah, so that is anchor tag. So whenever I click this, it's going to open in a new page. The reason do be I gave it
Yeah, I
the
don't see your screen.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, it should be visible now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that is that about anchor tag. So are we okay with that? So if you don't want it to open in a new page, you can just remove this and you'll be fine. So that is that about anchor tag, but let me leave it so that in case. Do you have any questions so far?
Yes, please, Malik.
Okay, yeah, go on.
Okay, so as you came back on the call now, you're saying that is that about anchor tag, but we could barely hear what
Okay, so let me
you were saying
just
all along, so we don't get the explanation.
let me go through it again then. So anchor tag basically are used when you want to have a link on your page. Yeah. So for that, there are some websites that you I want to just visit a random website. So yeah, take for instance, most of this now, if I click like maybe app, send feedback, it's going to take me, okay, this is a model. I actually want a link, a site where I can sign up. Okay. Can somebody just help me with a site where I can sign up? I just want to like show what an anchor tag is. Okay, yeah. So we can see that the color, you can see that when I give it that anchor tag, the color changed to blue. The color here is blue. So most people will always leave it like that. So if I click on this, you can see it's want to route me to website/affiliates/signing. Yeah, so that's an anchor tag there. So it's going to route me to that particular page. Now, if I should click it now, takes me to that page. So that's what anchor tag does. So in this case now, they didn't include this targets.blank. That's why when I clicked that button, I was still on that same page and the next link opened. So anchor tag are basically used for links. That link can take you to another page, or you can still stay on that page, but it's going to take you to a particular href. That's in this case now it is google.com. It can be anything, facebook.com, instagram.com, anything, or twitter.com. Yeah. So that's basically what anchor tag does. So it's used for links. If you want to have an external link on your page, you use an anchor tag. Yeah. So hope we got that.
Yes, but I still have a question. What does this target blank, what does it do? I know this href does an anchor tag. and takes us to another page. But what's this target blank meant for?
No, the href is the page that is going to take you to. Yeah, the target equals to blank is what will take you to another page. Okay, let me remove it. Let me refresh. Watch what's going to happen now. If I click it now, you can see that the page I am now is throwing error. It's want to like route me to Google, but I'm no longer on that polygon page again. Can you see it? I go back, I click it. See, I'm on my polygon page, and if I should click this Web3 now, I'm still on that page. Yeah, but it's trying to like route me to google.com. So if I don't put that blank now, it's going to stay on that page. So when I put this target.blank, it will help me to open another page, another tab rather, to open another tab for me. Then it will try accessing the google.com. So let me click it now. You see, this is my polygon page. Then this is the google.com page. Did you get the concept? So the target.blank now equals to blank now will only want to take you to another page. Yeah, can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So the next one is we have image tag. So take for instance now this particular website now. But I don't have an image here. Let me see. Okay, this is an image. So now if you want to display an image like this now, you have to use an image tag. Yeah. So if I inspect this now, they probably use an image tag. And if they don't use an image tag, there is a way we can also give it as a background. But then let me check if they actually use an image tag. Okay. So this is what they did. Although because you guys are starting new, you might not understand what they did here. So they use background image, but I think Isaac is going to talk about that in CSS. So they have a div. We've not talked about a div. We won't talk about that. So a div now, so they gave that div. A div is like a container, so they gave it a background image. So they didn't actually use an image here. Yeah, they gave it a background. But ideally, you can just use an image tag. But then let's use an image tag. So an image tag is a self-closing tag. Image tag is a self-closing tag. Let me save it and see how it's going to display here first. Nothing is showing. The reason why it's not showing is that it's expecting an image, but it's not getting anything. So we should have an image, a source, src. So this source now will now be a link or a relative path to this to that source, to this src. So let's look for an image online first. Then I will. Okay, let's do Google image. Google.com. So I want to copy this image address. So we have this image now stored somewhere on the internet. Yeah, basically where the the website is hosted. So if I save this now and go to my page and see our Web3 ladies image is displaying there. So now what this image tag does is that it's expecting a source, an image source. So this particular image source that we are using now is HTTP. So it's hosted on our website, Web3 ladies website, that is hosted on the server somewhere. So it's fetching that image from there and it's displaying it on our website. You can see it here. Can we all see the image?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So so that's what the image tag does. So any website that you see that you see images there, they're either using image tag or they're using probably a container that they are using a background image. So, but the word image must just be there. So, and we also have another attribute that's alternate. So, what alternate does is just the name of the image. So, we can just say Web3 image. So now, if let's assume this link is wrong, like it's not able to like fetch it, so it should be able to help me and
Hello, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. I don't know. Is there a way that the print can be a bit expanded? Because some of us are
Okay.
struggling to see the codes.
Okay. Yeah, there's actually
Yes.
a way, but let me see if Control Plus is going to do that. It doesn't work. Okay, it does. I think there's too much. You see now?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay, let me make it.
Darada.
Okay, yeah, it's fine now, right? So so let's assume the link where the image is stored is wrong. Yeah,
Please go. Okay.
we can see that the image is no longer displaying again, but we can now see Web3 image. So these are kind of attributes that we can use with image tag, or maybe with tags in general, where you know that blind people also visit the site that we create, yeah, and we know that they can't see. Most of them are using text to image. So if we have an extension now, a text to speech image now, a text to speech will not probably be able to like read the image. Yeah, it's this alternate word that the text will just read out that okay, Web3 image. So that okay, the person that is blind and that is reading the page now know that okay, there's an image on this page, and this is the name that was given to the image since the person cannot see. So now let me bring back.
You're a bit,
You said?
you're a bit too fast. I didn't get
Oh,
where you close the image tag because me, I'm trying to close it on my own now. It's not self-closing.
oh, okay. So you just do img, that's image, then /, then you do this, then greater than sign.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, because it's
Okay.
not self-closing. Yes. So that's that about
Okay.
that. So we can bring back our image. So now our image is going to display back. So I hope we understand that about image tag. So the next one is going to be break tag. So break tag, what break tag does basically is you have a line, or let's say a text of line, and you want to like break it to the next line. Take for instance now, what we have here, you can see that the Web3 ladies and the image are on the same line. Yeah, I can start to like break them off and bring the Web3 image to the next line. So all I have to do is just create a break tag. So a break tag also is a self-closing tag. Yeah. So now if I should save and go to, you can see that the image now is now on the next line. Yeah. So that's what break tag does. So I can just come to, let's say the first one here, and I want to break the text from here. VR. So if I should save, you can see that from this line now we've broken the line, so we can just do it. So there are some pages that you want to like you don't want the text to be too long, you just want to like break them off, and just do that, and it's going to like break the lines. So that is break tag, line break. So that's BR. So there's nothing much about it. I just use in breaking lines. If you have, let's say, a paragraph of text and you just want to like break them into chunks, you can just use the BR tag. So that's that about BR. Then the next one is div tag. So basically, so when I showed the example, the page that we inspect the other time, we saw div. So div basically are like containers. Yeah. So they are used in housing elements. So you can just, maybe you want to have like, want to have like anchor tag, 2p tag, a button tag, and an image tag. You can just put them in a container. Yeah. So div are more of like a container. You'll be seeing them a lot. If you inspect any page, basically, you will see a lot of divs. I see div here, div here, div here. So they are like containers that are used. You see, if you inspect this now, you see that when you have a div, just it's like a section on its own. So most time we call it a container. Yeah. So div, so you can put anything in it. Let's say an image. Let me copy this and put here. Let me copy a paragraph tag and put here. Sometimes you might not really see the effect that, okay, this is a div, but until you inspect it, until you kind of like want to like manipulate that from your code base, that's when you now see a lot of effect on it. So when you get to CXS, when you start styling all this, you see how the effects take place. So, and one other thing, most of all these tags can have names. So it's basically attributes. I think, let me not jump that. Let me be sure if it's okay. We'll talk about that. So let me not be too fast on that. So that is div. So basically div is just like a container where you put all your elements. You can just like, so by the time you give this div an attribute of, let's say, name, ID, or class, you'll be able to like see how you can manipulate it. But then we'll get there. So that is div. It's more of div. So it's just like just like a container. So that is that about div. And the next one
Sir,
is,
please, can I ask a question?
You said?
My div tag is not working. What did you input after the less than sign?
Your div tag. Okay, you open it. It's not a self-closing tag. It's a two. It's opening and closing tag. Div. Then you close it. Then you open again. Then / div. Then closing greater than sign. Can you see it?
Okay, let me try.
Yeah. So probably you are omitting this /. Okay, hope we are good. Are we all going along with it?
Yes.
Yeah, I know 2 hours is a 2 hours is a
Well,
little bit
for
long.
me, not really
Yeah,
going along. This is like strange to me and all that. And before I can follow up, you're already in another place. So, but since it's recorded, I believe I'll be able to get some
yes,
stuff
you
when
can
I
actually,
rewatch, and then I can ask questions by then.
definitely.
So I'm just
So
here.
it's normal if you're feeling abstract now. Yeah, so you're just starting out, so it's okay.
All right.
Just make sure that you ask questions. I will always be available on the Slack channel. Once you have, just always tag me for
All
your
right.
questions. Try as much as possible to explain more. Yeah, because we are almost
All right. Sorry, please. One more thing. Is this on the general platform? I'll tag you, or where?
The Slack. Yeah, I
Yes,
think
on the general platform for the Slack.
Yes,
Or could you
the
help me
Web2 channel.
to be added to track 2? I'm actually in track 3. I registered for this track 2. So I was advised that since I want to learn the coding, I should go and rejoin the track 2, which was my initial track. but I'm not on it on the Slack. So I'm just on the cohort, the Web3. So I would like to be added to the track too, so I can get information and ask you questions when I have to, please.
Definitely you'll be added. So either you chat up Sandra or Rachel, or send me your username as to my DM. I will send it to any of them, so they will add you. Definitely you'll be added.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is that about div. And so the next one we are going to be talking about is bold tag. So what bold tag does is just to make a text bold. Yeah. Okay, so I have this text now to make it bold. I can just give it a bit. Okay, before that, let me create another. I can just say b tag and write what will I write again? Web 3 ladies. So and let me just write another thing here so that I'll be able to differentiate between the two. You can see if you look at the Web3 lady, it's bolder than the normal Web2. So there are some situations that you want to like write a bold text. So that's when you get to like use the B tag. It's just pretty straightforward. It's a 2 tag. It's not a self-closing tag. So this is how you use it. Then the next one is button. So if we look at, let's go back to our Google page, we see that we have buttons here. So these are buttons that you can click and to just do something for you. You want to search, you click this now, it does the searching for you, blah blah blah. So now if you want to create a button, all you just have to do is type button, then sign in. And that's all. You can see it on your, okay, let me break. That this can go up a little bit. Okay, so for a button now, yeah, you can see the button in sign in. So normally anywhere you have a button, it should be always interactive. Yeah, so once you click it like this, you do something, but then that is always with the help of JavaScript and what we call DOM manipulation. When we get to JavaScript, we will discuss more on that. So that this is how to create a button tag. Just click it and it's going to okay.
So please, I didn't get that. Please, I'm sorry.
Okay, this is how
Why
to
did you
create a
duplicate the button tags?
No, I didn't duplicate the, I duplicated the BR tags, the break.
Why did you duplicate it? I can't
Okay,
get
yeah,
that.
it was going down. Yeah, let me remove everything. Control
Is button a self-closing tag? How do you know which one is a self-closing tag? Because me, I'm not understanding.
Yeah, the thing is, when you start using it, you get used to it. Don't worry. One other thing you need to like get used to is goggling. You basically you get used to it. Don't worry, you know the ones that are self-closing and the ones that are not self-closing. Once you start using them frequently, you just subconsciously you just get used to them. Yeah, don't worry about that. And I have a what's it called? The link to the resources W3 school. You see a lot of elements there, so you can get to like practice. You see them there, a lot of them. So don't worry about those that are self-closing and are not self-closing. Once you start practicing, you don't have to memorize them. You understand? Once you start practicing using them, you understand more. So the reason why I duplicated the BR is because I want to push this line upward because it's getting too low. You might not be able to see it very well. That's why I did that. I'm not, that's not button, that's just, you understand that, right? You can see that it's up now. So I just want to have extra space here. You understand? So that you'll be able to see it very well. So this is
Okay,
button.
I didn't get the button tag. I'm trying to do it here. I can't.
Okay.
I don't seem to get the.
Yeah, the button. Once you just type button like this, then you close it. It will automatically close by itself. But if it doesn't, you can close it yourself. Less than sign.
Okay,
Forward
I've gotten
slash. Yes. Then you press button. You type button. Yeah, that's it. You see, I didn't put anything inside. So I can just put Web2 to the word. So you see it. It's going to come out. So any text you put inside it is going to be on the button. So when we get to JavaScript, we will talk about how to make it interactive, how to make it functional. So that's that about button. And the next one is emphasis. So emphasis is more of like bold also. So all these tags are more than this. So from the resources I would drop, or the one that was dropped yesterday, you can always check more on them. So if I have, let's say I have a paragraph now, I have this long text. So now I want to emphasize this now. So if I just put an EM tag here, just copy this and put it here. You see that this now will be a little bit different from the rest. That's emphasis tag. Can you see? It's more of like an italic. Can we see it? Can we see that it's not the same? The font does not look the same. Yeah. So that's the work of emphasis. So all these elements, yeah, you don't need to memorize all. They are all available on Web3 school. So at your leisure time, you can just take a look at it. So we have a lot of them. So I'm just like picking out the important ones that we need to like talk about now. Yeah. So from the resources, you can read more about them. So the next one is italic. So italic is not pretty much different from this emphasis type. So if I want to write an italic, this thing, I'll just and I can just, okay, let me copy this and paste it. So we'll see that there's no much different from italic and emphasis. Yeah. So basically, sometimes we go to a website, we might not really be noticing all this, but then behind the hood, these are elements that they use. So basically, you might not use them very often, but it's good when you just know what they do. Yeah. So that's emphasis and then italic. Then the next one is, sorry, I think we've exhausted our time, so let's quickly wrap it up. I will drop this link also if you want to just read more about the element tags. So basically, what's the ones we've done so far is what you will be seeing on websites mostly. Take for instance now, if I want to like analyze this website now, this now will probably be an image. Then this navigation bar now, this for probably be a button. These are just probably H1, H2, H3 that we'll talk about. Then this one too. Then come here. These are just text in a container. Here, H1, H2, paragraph, and the rest. So what we've talked about so far is basically what you'll be using a lot. Yeah, the rest you don't probably won't. Take for instance, an HTML symbol, you hardly use them. Yeah, you hardly use them, maybe once in a while. So there are some little ones that you use a lot, and there are some that you hardly use them. So because of our time, let's quickly wrap this up. Then we have horizontal line. Horizontal line, basically what it does is just to draw horizontal line. So even this you might hardly use, but sometimes it comes in handy. This is horizontal. We can also see a line that is drawn, right? So maybe you just want to like separate two paragraphs from each other with a line. You can just do something like that. So we'll have a paragraph, a line, and another paragraph. So this horizontal line, and this also you might probably don't want to use elements. You can do it with CSS. Yeah, Isaac is going to talk about that. So a lot of things that you can like do with HTML, your styling can help you with that. Yeah, but then it's very okay when you know all these HTML tags. Like it won't be abstract to you when you see them in another person's code base. So the next one is input tag. Okay, yeah, input tag is very important because take for instance now, we have these are input tag. That's where you input what you want to do. So input tag is very important. You hardly go to a page that you don't see an input tag. So if you want to, input tag is a self-closing tag. So I should go back. See, I have a text that I can write. So we have different types of input tag. Let me just mention a few. I think we have type button. You know, there is a tag that we can use to what's it called, to declare a button up here, but you can also use an input. So if I make this now type button, let me create another one, type text. We have type number. All these come in handy depending on what you want to do. We have type checkbox. I think we have another one again. I think we have date also. Yeah. So these are inputs. These are different types of inputs. This first one is type button. So you probably want to like, you can also I think you can self-close this if you want to put a text inside. Okay. Okay, I think placeholder. Placeholder. Hello world. Working. Yeah, but then there's a way you can do a put a text inside. That just escaped my mind. But then what I'm trying to say is that inputs now you can use that type button also. Instead of creating button the normal way, you can use type inputs. Then you have type text also, like the type I was using on Google. So you can type anything. Then if you want to make the page very functional, you can fetch this text now that I've typed here. I can fetch it from this input. So as we all know that it's JavaScript that makes a web page very interactive. So when we get to that, the JavaScript aspect, we'll talk about that. Then input also, you can make it type number. Yeah. So here now, I'm actually punching my keys now, try to put in text, but it's not what's it called? It's not picking. But if I should put in number now, it will select number just because I put type here number. Yeah. So now that's why you can see it's incrementing, decrementing. That's because I selected the type to be number. Then the next one is type checkbox. So sometimes when we want to like register, and they'll be like, okay, you need to click on
excuse me, Malik.
yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Onya, I can hear you. Okay, probably she's calling my attention to time. Please, I'll quickly wrap it up now.
Yes, I just want to call. Yes, the time.
Yes,
All
please.
right.
Sorry. Okay, yeah. So the next one is type check. Yeah. Sometimes when you're on the website and they say, okay, agree to our terms and conditions, you probably want to check this, that okay, I've agreed to your terms and conditions. So this also comes in handy. And the last one is dates. You might want to like select a date, blah blah blah, last week, and it's going to display. So you can also always fetch the input of this and use it for whatever you want to use it for. Yeah. So I think let's just stop here because of time, and then tomorrow we'll pick it from here. So we pick it from input tag. We start from span tag. We've done all this. So we can start from span tag tomorrow. Then the next one I will do is then I will talk about semantic HTML. Then we'll design a form so that it's soon. The time has gone. We are 12 minutes over our time. So do we have any question? Quick one, so that let's just wrap it up from here. So I'm very, very sorry. The class is too long. Yeah. So I will.
Sorry, my div tag. I did not get that one. Sorry about that. If you can
Okay.
explain.
Yeah. So
I'm getting an error.
Okay. Just look at it. It's not self-closing. It's a double tag. div. Then once you close it, you close by itself. But if it is not closing, you can just write it yourself. div, close it, then greater than /. Take note, anytime that it's opening and closing tag, this / is always there. So probably that's what you are missing. That's why it's not working. You understand? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question?
Why?
Yes.
There's still an error. Sorry.
What's the error?
It's showing a red kind of text. The div is in red. I just see it as an error.
On the page?
Yes.
Or on the console? It should
on
not.
The VS Code.
Okay, on the VS Code. If it is red on the VS Code, that means there's an error. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So there's an error. There's an error somewhere. So if I should remove this now.
Okay, maybe I will send a message later so that you can wrap up. I will send a message.
Okay. So hope we are okay with today's class. Hopefully, I will try and wrap it up very quickly tomorrow so that we'll have a lot of time for questions and interactive session also. So are we okay with today's class?
Yes, we are. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the
So
first time, so
it's normal. It's normal. Even if it becomes overwhelming, yeah, it's normal because you're just starting out. Yeah, a lot of people might not have written a line of code. Today might be your first time, yeah. So it's okay. By tomorrow, next week, upper week, by this time next year, you look back and will be like, oh wow, I did this. Yeah, sure you understand. But it's going to be fine. So it's normal. If you have any question, drop it for me on Slack. If it is a question pertaining classes, don't send a DM. The reason being so that other people can learn from it. Drop it in the main group. So I'll tag me, then I'll answer it.
All right.
So I will drop this file now on the group so that if you want to like play around with it, I can just you can just download it. Yeah. So if you want to like play around with it, you can just download it, and you see the Slack also is recognizing it as a file. So you can just download it and just play around with it. So if there's any question, just message me. All right, thank you. See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks for the class.
So on the Web3, you can just glance through, take a glance through. Maybe if when you are ready to like just go to bed, you can just spend like 30 minutes on it, learn new words, learn new tags, and gradually we'll get there. So if you have any question after going through all this, tomorrow we'll talk about it.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very
So
much.
you should drop
Bye.
this link on Slack instead of here, because these messages here will close once we end this meeting.
Okay. Yeah, the link to the, what's it called? I'm not okay. If I should stop the recording, right?
Yeah, you drop one link in the message channel.
Okay. Yeah, let me.
I think it should be on Slack. Yeah, because
it's part of the resources that was given out yesterday, but you can still have it. Yeah, I've sent it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Good night. Have a
Thank
lovely
you
night.
very much.
Thanks for
Good night.
listening.
All right. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know because I've never used Google Meet to record. So if I should stop this now, where will the link be sent?
On this
Yes,
Slack.
you can just send sorry, you can just stop the the recordings first. We are going to be sharing the recordings later on
You
the
can
Slack.
Yes,
you
I
can off.
understand. Yeah, I'm saying that the link. Do
Yes,
you know where you get the link?
yes, we are the one that created the meeting,
Oh,
so it will be
okay.
coming to our email.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Have a lovely night rest. Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Malik, can you stop the recordings right now?
Yeah, I've done that.